It's come to my attention since I've redesigned, well, I haven't, I've accessed Conceptual Creative to redesign my website. It will be going up in the next month or two. However, you can still access it. I just wanted to let you know what the latest update is with regards to how I've had to redefine and re-establish what the website is actually offering. Because of the journey that I'm on at the moment with regards to a health challenge that has been given to me, it's allowed me time and space to actually gather my thoughts and sit and contemplate and reflect about not just life or my life, but humanity and where we're going and where we're heading on this journey. And I'm wanting to share what I have found along the way. And the main thing that I have found along the way is how to save our own souls and our own sanity. So for me to be able to share that with others who will choose to take me on as their coaching counsellor or coaching facilitator of groups or coaching mentor, there are a few different avenues of us working together that you can choose. Of course, one-on-one is preferable. Some people don't want to pay the money, and that's fine. It's about how much you value yourself, how much you value the person who is sharing their knowledge with you, their study, their years of experience. It's okay. We're all on a different path. However, it is actually the same path, because ultimately, if you've chosen to study or you've chosen to now graduate and you're wondering or curious about what to do with that qualification, then I'm here to help you establish what you can do. Now, you may not have studied, you may not have graduated. You might choose to just want to learn other ways of communicating within your family or other ways of communicating within a relationship. So it's about sharing with somebody who already knows, choosing somebody to help guide you, to prompt you, to help inspire you, show you a different way, make your journey less challenging, if you like, remind you if I see you burning out, I will tell you. If I see you communicating in a way that is not in your best interest or in the best interest of the person you're working with, I will tell you. I don't pull punches. I don't sugarcoat information. If you would like me to, I will. I will, however, become like the Wayne Bennett in rugby, but in counselling. I know what I'm doing. I know what people need. I know what humanity needs, and we need to save the souls of those who have been misinformed. They've been misinformed about a story that isn't correct. There may be religions, there may be attitudes, there might be spiritual awareness, there might be a guidance from the voices that they're hearing, whatever. It may not necessarily be correct. So come on board, learn as we go. This is the first part of your journey through the awareness of what I can offer you. It's not just me, it's a team. Behind me are different people. There are digital people, there are bookkeepers, there are coaches. There is a professional coach in Sydney that I access only via Skype, occasionally face-to-face. He has been my main guidance, because he knows way more than I do in particular fields. So I access others who know and are professional. I work very closely with the Networking Queen of Brisbane, and she knows so many people, And if somebody comes by my radar and they need information about a particular field, I'll ring Jenny. Who do you know in that field? There are so many people who work in my team and with me and who remind me about what I'm doing, sometimes when I'm doing it wrong, and that's fantastic. Please tell me when you think I'm doing something wrong. Tell me. That's great, because it's the only way we learn, and then we can adjust for others. But when you take me on board, what you get is me. You get me. So I will not pull punches. I'm not going to punch you. I will only ever tell you the truth. I will make sure that counselling is what you want, coaching is what you want, or the best person that you need to work with. There are a lot of counsellors in my field, and I know who would be the best one for you. There are coaches in my field. I've trained hundreds of people, hundreds. I've assessed them, I've trained them, I know how they work. Wayne in community services, in community correction, helping the process of our prisoners out into the world to make their journey a little bit better or safer. There's Danielle, who's so beautiful with people who have or are carers of people with a disability. There are mental health areas that require so much attention. Please, guys, please help save our souls, help save our planet. Access me one-on-one. Work out the best way of learning. Work out the best way of practicing. I still run practice sessions at a college nearby. It is within Brisbane. I still run advanced counselling and coaching skills in action. I do run small mentoring groups. I don't run very large groups anymore. I used to do day presentations, and maybe through the year next year, 2019, I will run another one. However, I've found people get more out of short space of time and regular. So the mentoring coaching groups that I run are established around counselling skills in action. However, each week is a little bit different. I don't actually run them per week, I run them per fortnight. So the first fortnight is about communication skills, and it's the introduction to the course. I call it my mentoring, coaching, counselling groups. That's the preparation for person-centred therapy, which is the foundation of all coaching, counselling. Any relationship is all built on the person. It's about what the person wants. So whatever field you're in, whatever industry you're in, it's about the person and what it is that they want, and you're being able to help them and guide them. It's about building rapport. It's about the intricacies of building rapport. It's about what, how, when, who, those little details just about sitting, about the VACOG, the visual, the auditory, the kinesthetic, the olfactory, the gustatory. It's about their way of speaking. It's about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So the second week we focus in on person-centred therapy, though with NLP. So the building rapport comes back, and then we do work into meta-programming. That's establishing the types of programming that your client or your friend or your coachee is involved with, the way that they express themselves to the world. It's like a subconscious thing. Some people aren't even aware of how they're talking. I'm not even thinking about what I'm saying right now. I sort of am. It just flows. I might be speaking in more visual language. I might be speaking in more listening language because I'm talking a lot about my feelings. I do focus a lot on body awareness as well, which leads us into the third week, which is about specific representational systems. And that's where we explore avenues specific to each person in the group, and then the opportunity of being able to practice in that. So the week 4 is about CBT, and that's the power of the techniques of cognitive behaviour therapy, which is a lot of techniques in counselling as well as coaching. There's narrative in the 5th week, and it's all about stories. It's all about storytelling. It's about writing. It's about expressing the language. It's about the intricacies of externalizing the problem. It's about naming a problem. It's not their anxiety, it's the anxiety. If anxiety was sitting over there, what would you call it? And then understanding how the client comes back with the message that you can then work with. Then we talk about solution focused, and solution focus is often about the result of the miracle question. I won't say the result of it. It's allowing the client to focus in on the solution or the goal or where it is that they want to be, rather than the problem that's holding them back from where they want to be. So they're moving forward into a more positive place for themselves. So it's a positive, proactive, let's move forward, let's look at our goals. GT, Gestalt therapy. It's all about experiential. So the experiences of a person, how they hold memories in the cells of their body. And I, guilty as charged, the cells in my body were because I was holding too much stress. The stress was compounding, and it created a dis-ease in my body. And in order to be able to get rid of that and let it go, I had to choose something quite confrontational, but I also had to do a lot of work on myself and look at what is it that is actually corrupting my life and what to just let it go. Because you can't change it. You can't change it. You can just live with making your world a better space. For me personally, it's about helping others make their world a better space. Yes, I do feel sorry for people who haven't reached that stage yet. They're so involved in the problem or the memory of a problem that they think was right in their world, and it may not necessarily be that. So be prepared to learn more. And then we look at, oh yes, the Gestalt, the experiential. It's about the power of the empty chair. It's about if that person in the other chair was you in 10 years' time, what would that person look like? And going through that process is quite confrontational sometimes, confrontational. So then we, in the week 8, we talk about goal setting. We might do a vision board. We might do a practice in smarter goals. It's how it evolves. The group running at the moment has got a few business people in it. One girl is helping enhance the lives of teenage mothers, doing an amazing job and learning along the way more about herself and how the reaction of that compounds her own life and how she will present with ongoing venues in that field. The session notes and journaling is in the 9th week, and the last week is about self-care, which does include family dynamics. Goodness knows I could have run that one first, which I probably could have, I won't say should. Self-care, it's all about self-care. Now, these mentoring, coaching, counselling groups are not necessarily for everybody. You might live in Cairns, you might live in Bundaberg, places that are too far away to join into a group. How about we Skype? We can Skype, that's fine. I love Skype. I get to sit in my pyjamas. No, just joking. I try to be professional. I am professional. At whatever level I know, I instinctively and intuitively know how the person is best worked with. There might be somebody in Brisbane who only prefers to work one-on-one. I can go through that program with them one-on-one. I can create a situation that they would never have thought of, and we can practice that. We can work in a field that they are already working in, and they might like a little bit of help or support or guidance into how to work with particular members of their family or members of their staff. Consider that. There are many areas to access a mentoring type situation. Best with somebody who's walked the walk. I haven't worked in 100,000 different fields. However, I do know people, not 100,000, feels like it sometimes. I've worked in the prison system. I've worked in community services, community organisations. I've worked in child contact centres. I know the feeling of being with somebody who is so compounded by religion that they cannot see outside of that square. I work with very huge range of personalities. My life and my business, KC Consulting Systems, is not defined to a particular area. Because even if a person is in a particular field, say naturopathy, we don't just work with that. We work with the heart, we work with the soul, we work with something that sometimes that which holds them back is not helping them further in their life journey or in their career. So trust me, subscribe to the newsletter. This mentoring, coaching, counselling group process is starting again in November. We will create small groups, probably one morning and one evening. One-on-one is more personalised and more detailed and timely. Whatever's best for you. I care about our human family. I care that a lot of us have been misled about stories that may not be true. I care about the people who are now out there in the world and still struggling. Some people don't think they're good enough when they actually are. Some people think they don't know how to help others when they're already helping others. Sometimes they're just not helping themselves, or they lack confidence. Trust me, we will work together at some level. It might be an email, it might be a Facebook friend, like. I have a business Facebook page as well. Sometimes I post things that are relevant. Mainly I will also duplicate it on my personal Facebook page. One of my daughters says, I don't want just anyone being on your Facebook page. I get that. So come along to the business Facebook page. Often things are repeated. Trust me when I say this, your health, your care, your well-being is the most important thing you will ever have in your life. Abuse it and your body will let you know. It will. Look forward to working with you at some level.